Alright, welcome everyone. It's Chess Poems, and this is the first time I've ever covered a titled arena. I'm inspired by you know who, and I'm extra inspired because today is a variant titled arena. I think this one's going to be really cool. I watched one that Chess Network covered, this is a while ago now, and I didn't think anything of Chess960. I wasn't really sure about the variant. I wasn't really sure about variants at all. But now, after we've done so much 3-check stuff, I really do enjoy some of these other variants that are closer to real chess than, say, your Atomic or your, like, Anti-Chess or something, one of those kind of weirder ones. Horde. But 960, once you get into a middle game, once you get a handful of these moves in, it kind of just turns into a normal chess game. And all the same rules apply, so Chess960 is probably our most similar variant. Yeah, so I'm excited to cover this arena. There's a lot of people at the top, as we saw before, and that's when the arenas are most worth covering, when, you know, they're really highly competitive. A lot of different people right at the top, whole bunch of GMs, whole bunch of IMs, whole bunch of people that you see on Lichess all the time. Okay, bishop d3 is... this was a threat. Pin the rook. Yeah, a whole bunch of these people that you see a lot, but then a whole bunch of these new accounts that don't play the other titled arenas. Maybe they figure I have a better chance in this format, and I'll try my luck. No Magnus today. This is why we're not getting the Chess Network special, where he'll cover these, and but when Magnus plays, because it gives you really something to lock in on. Today we're just kind of watching top game. MSB2 was in first before. That's... I'm forgetting what GM it is, but that's some really strong GM. And there are a bunch of good ones up there. So we're going to see some good games today. I'm pretty excited. This looks fairly drosh, but okay, these guys didn't berserk here, which is going to be really important.
Check.
That is going to be a huge factor. This game would be a draw otherwise, but with the clocks expiring, there are going to be shenanigans. Oh, is this bishop going to get trapped somehow? No, probably not. I think it's okay. This does look highly drawish, though. Oh man, this is gonna be a time scramble. Or as we like to say on the channel, a scrim tamble. Hey, live from Starbucks, what's up? We've played before, sounds about right. Oh, and these guys end up with a draw. These guys could have saved like a full minute had they known they were just gonna draw. Okay, so MSP2 finally lost. That was a huge game. This guy was on a massive run. Happened to you? Sounds about right. I think I get flagged like about 10 times a day, anytime I play. There are flags abound. Okay, interesting starting position. One of these funny things about, yeah, is this. Look at this castle. How funky is that? Yeah, and if you play an over-the-board tournament of 960, Eric Rosen said this happened to him, which is how I found out it was a thing. Yeah, if you play the wrong move, you can call an arbiter over, and they can end the game, bro. That happened to Eric Rosen. Oh man, he was like, I kind of felt bad, but I'm like, yeah, I guess if they played an illegal move and the arbiter's going to come over and judge against them, that's probably fine, so. Oh, that's pretty nuts. Yeah, imagine doing this crazy alongside castling from you're right here and here with the rook and king, but then you swap over and all of a sudden your king is here and your rook is here. And it like looks like it doesn't make any sense because quite frankly, kind of doesn't. It's a little funky, so yeah, you got to be familiar with this variant before you go and mess with it. I tried to play some bullet games and it was a no-go. Or at least it was a major time scramble every time. Me trying to figure out how to castle. I am Chess Poems on Lichess, yes. Yes indeed. I try to keep the same name everywhere that I can. Lichess, chess.com, where I don't really play a lot. YouTube, we have several channels. We got the chess channel. We have 13 games played. Nice. Sounds about right. Okay. This position about to open up here probably would favor... Black's king looks pretty comfy over here. I mean, even if there was like takes... You have the center of the board, you have more space. Probably would favor white, right? Now you want to offer this queen exchange. What about take? I guess you're just going to dominate with the space. There's not really any other idea. Like, your knight's going to get a great square, maybe one of the rooks comes off, but then you'll be on this file. Yeah, just without calculating too far into that, it looked pretty pleasant for white. So no captures. This looks like the move that... How do I improve? I'm going to play this. Because taking here was no dice. It's no good. Oh, you're a blotter fan. Okay. Yeah, I definitely recognize that. They're probably Ultra Bullet games then. When I was a degen in the Ultra pool. I haven't played any Ultra. I've been playing all Hyper. If I play anything that fast, I've just committed to... Like, all the strong players will really say even Hyper is just going to come down to a time scramble. Which is mostly true. So yeah, the longer the game, the higher the quality it's going to be. I like playing 30-second 3-check just because it evens up the disadvantage that black starts with. That's the easiest way to sum it up. This is a nice move. This fork, you're going to pick up this pawn. This is like a crucially weak pawn already though.
Check.
Yeah, so maybe there's some idea to bump in. You're going to attack the bishop first. So where does this bishop need to go? You can trade it off, doesn't really matter. This rook is looking better than this rook, but now getting a little bit of activity and maybe this rook is looking a little bit better. Yeah, I think Hyper is my favorite time control, at least for 3-check especially. And some of these other variants where, yeah, if you start with the disadvantage as black, the shorter the game, the less accurate the moves are going to be. And just a higher chance for, you know, shenanigans to happen at the end or something. It gives black better chances, so... All these GMs, especially lately, tons of random GMs in the pool, man. I'm pulling Andrew Tang out of the pool because I got my rating up. Like, that's sick, man. I'm getting to play all these cool people. Just pumping the rating up a little bit in. And yeah, also queuing up for Hyper games. And then these GMs see me and they're like, this guy's probably a bum. I'll flag him. I was watching the Indian broadcast earlier, the MPL. It's like the Indian League. And Srinath, I forget his last name, was commentating with Tanya. I'm like, bro, this guy played some super garbage in 3-check. I was like, this guy's just like 2,600 FIDE, and was like, I'm trying to get my 3-check rating up. I'm going to crush this guy. Yeah, and he played some garbage and beat me, and flagged me in some dumb position. I got mad. I was like, I think I blocked this guy. Then I unblocked him. I got the full diaper off, you know. I just relaxed. I was like, okay, I'll unblock this guy who's 2,600 FIDE, and clearly his plan was to just flag me, and like, it's just a, you know, it's a quick variant game. Those guys are mostly just, you know, it's just for fun anyhow, so. But man, Hyper and anything fast, tempers flare. People get, you know, you get revved up, you get caught in the heat of the moment. Some of these guys play a damn ruthless game, though. But some people play so dirty, bro. Some people play so dirty. It's hard to not get mad at some stuff. Okay, this is a target.
Check.
But not these guys. These guys are all really nice and clean. Especially this game with increment. Yeah, now you probably have to trade, right? King takes, right? You don't want to separate these pawns. Oh, but then you are down a pawn. Oh, he's offline. The Comcast Gambit. Wow. So this should have been... I mean, they're up a pawn, but is it going to be drawn? Yeah, okay, okay. I just figured it was going to be a draw, and then I saw the bonus pawn, and like, maybe it could have, you know, maybe shenanigans, but probably not. Wow, look at how clean this game is. Speaking of not playing like a dirtbag, the engine struggling to find a blunder. Take a look at the tournament here. So we have Pro Move, Russian in first. Let's change that. Chechnya in second. Let's change that. MSB is onto a pause. We just did see them go offline. No, it was the other guy. Okay, right. But they're on a pause anyways. This guy is back in. Okay, so they had the Comcast Gambit. Right. That's how it went. But look at how tight this is. The entire top is involved here. All these good names. Jasugi, Variant Legend here. Pretty much the highest rated NM. I am Mykola, who has been a total beast lately. This guy is a fairly new account. And the real David Navara. Yo, David Navara followed. Or he didn't follow. He liked
Check.
my 3-check study. He liked my variant study, bro. I was so happy. I was absolutely shocked that David Navara is such a nice guy. And he was posting about 3-check in the forum, and then I was like, I have this good variant study. Anyone could go like it. And then yeah, he definitely went and liked it, dude. That guy's a G. I should tell him that he can be a contributor any day he wants. If he ever wants to be a contributor on a chess poem study, he's more than welcome, guys. This guy's like a super GM. I mean, he could have a big run too. He is 2,600. This variant rating is like absolutely insane. So he's got a great bullet rating, but not many games. And then he's like 2,800 everything, but 2,600 in a variant is like, he's probably in the top 10. Now he's up 3 pawns, but these are all kind of sketchy looking pawns. I mean, it's going to work somehow, but look at how the quality of all these pawns. You have 4 pawns, but they're all isolated, and these are double isolated. But man, this rook is going to have to play a lot of defense. Let's just take a look at how bad the damage is. Yeah, it is that bad. That's pretty funny that you can have 4 non-quality pawns, but the fact that you're up 3 clean pawns, king and rook probably just better. Yeah, there's no way. Rooks are too clumsy for them to be able to track all this stuff down. That's epic, man. Okay, Pro Move has lost 2 in a row. Green Knight is playing Fizz. Fizz. I only wonder who this is.
Check.
Oh, the Green Knight's on a berserk here. This is big problems.
Check.
Yeah, he wanted to take through, force this, take, and then bishop versus pawn is a draw, so... But, yeah. Gotta confirm that this rook and pawn are off the board. Oh, that's tough. The whole berserking thing, you lose increment, it can just change the whole game. If you berserk first, the other guy doesn't berserk back, you're probably just gonna lose. Unless you completely outplay them. Is this bishop? Bishop is trapped. Are we gonna see a resigner? All these Ukraine flags. All these Ukraine flags, you gotta love it, man. No, they're playing on. Play it out. Oh, but the sad thing is, this isn't one of those variants where you can be down a bishop early. Like, this variant is just too close to standard chess, where the longer the game goes, the side that's up material is just going to win. Trade down, and that's the key to success. Yeah, maybe we can take a look at another game. Up a bishop for just 1 pawn is looking like a win for a straight up GM, I mean, against an FM. Up material. We'll take a look. Don't trust me at my word. Let's hope the Ukraine flag guy can outplay the Russian flag guy. That's what I'm rooting for in that one. Yeah, the funny thing is, I'm not really rooting for anyone in this tournament either. A lot of good players, a lot of different players. A lot of new names too, which is nice. It's more fan favorites, like I am Michael.
Check.
Ooh, this is nice. It looks like you're getting this pin.
Check.
But no deal. You're a little bit bare on these dark squares, though. Black's got the bishop pair. Okay. Attacking multiple weaknesses. You're defending a weakness. Rooks come off. This hangs. How do you defend? What else can be done here? Ooh, okay, so you're going to pick this off. Yeah, takes and takes, huh? You play something like this. This bishop nicely defends this square. I guess you could come up, get your queen here. Okay, what's the idea here? There'd be some sort of perpetual in the end if there's taking the bishop. So neither sides want that. It's just the quality of these games at such a low time control. Now that the tournament is especially heating up, just about an hour left. A lot of people on the first page. A lot of people playing for the win, man. That's when you just get the best games. Stakes are high. Tension is high.
Check.
Alright, sorry. I just took a minute to post in the tournament chat. For like one guy to see probably, but you never know. I haven't been really looking at the numbers lately. I've just kind of been streaming, trying to do, you know, the highest quality stuff that I can, and then uploading to YouTube. That's been my strategy. Even Jerry Chess Network told me that content is king, and you just gotta, you know, you just gotta keep uploading. And that's the strategy. Build the base, build it up. And you get better with time too. It's just like chess. And just like chess, two freaking really good GMs playing all quality moves and then agreeing to a draw. Is that not just... Are we just not playing standard right now? Okay, just 6 points is separating the top 3, 2 points between top 2. Oh, and we have this pairing, okay. We're just about starting here. Double Berserk game, so clocks are going to be fierce. With getting the bishop pair early. Nice center pawn. Oh, this is funny. You can't take because this bishop hangs. Okay, so already some funny business. Yeah, this is kind of the coolest phase of Chess960 is this opening phase. Trying to figure out how you can castle your king and weirdly place rook. Get your pawns to good squares where you can, you know, move your pieces and get them to good squares. Activate. Snacktivate. Funny castles! All these wacky castles. If you played a live tournament and you got position 355 and you knew how to make this exact castling move, I would be concerned. I'd be concerned for you. But apparently somebody does. Okay, we're crashing through here. Ah, rooks are abandoned on this open file. This battery is too strong. Okay, nice queen on a light square. Try to control some stuff. Eventually maybe even open this up. Yeah, it couldn't open here though. So this funny tension just sits. Just remains. But I mean, how do you re-coordinate? Maybe bishop here to defend this again? Like knight here, everything is kind of tied together. Okay, now you gotta defend mate in 1. And you can't go here, because the knight defends. You gotta defend it with a rook. Logical. Rooks are coming up and over. Using these half-open files. Oh, it's a nice move. Probably this, right? Or maybe this. Whoa, this is just hanging. What's the idea? We're gonna see it. Oh, takes, and then you're getting mated in 1. Okay, jeez. Took me a second there.
check, check,
Is this a
check,
mate? Almost a mate there.
check, check,
Obviously not quite. Oh, but you're winning this rook.
check, check,
Oh wow, this is super well done. That got pretty confusing there. Oh man. Second that rook
check,
came over and this check came in. Yeah. And you're taking this. It's undefended. White was up 2 minor pieces for 2 pawns. Everything
check,
looked fine. No, it's probably just this. But yeah, the clocks were crazy by that point anyhow, so it was anybody's game. And Pro Move takes it. So he's gonna stick in the lead just by 1 point. That was a fire win. MSB looking for fire. I am Michael. I was looking at Michael and then I was saying fire. So it looked like I said file. We'll see what YouTube CCs deem it. I've been saying C6 and I just want to say it even clearer so YouTube, gets my voice down in the database and doesn't just auto caption it C6. It's like, come on, bro. I said C6. There's an X in there. You know what I'm saying, Google. You're you're smart enough. Every word I've ever said is on a file somewhere. Realistically, I'm already some, robot being programmed and that's like basically what they want. Just want like human voices so they can train robots to act like them. Think that's the deal. Maybe that's the bigger
check,
picture. That's why all these people have been streaming chess, right? No, not to joke too crazy. Maybe somebody will end up believing me. They'll end up with spaghetti helmets on. Yep. Think it just comes down to people being stupid and crazy. But this position is also kind of, I would say, crazier than stupid, but this looks pretty chaotic. White has these nicer knights. This knight's kind of a duke sandwich. This knight also kind of a duke sandwich, yeah. And black says, you know what, I berserked, you didn't. I'm playing terrible moves, and you're not, so I'm going to resign. All sights on this guy, Michael. I think we'll get an eye out on him after winning like 45 games in a row right here. Now, realistically, that looks more like 10 or so. Ooh, we've actually got MSB into the top 3 and Pro Move right at the top, so we'll watch this game. We'll keep our eyes on Michael's streak. Yeah, I should be pumping up the board size too. I saw somebody do that the other day and it looked way better. I'm doing everything I can to optimize viewer experience. Been working to get the CCs as correct as possible too, but a big part of that is just speaking clearly and concisely. If concisely is even a word, is even a move. Yeah, because then YouTube CCs just pick it up and I don't have to go and add my own CCs. It takes a long time. That's why creators don't do it. Yeah, so it's encouraging me to take a breath, basically what I'm saying, and yeah, not rush out what I want to say. Be clear, be concise, be composed. Sometimes it gets a little hectic with the dual streams, like when I have Ushko or White Dancing Rockstar on or something. Not really Dancing Rockstar because he's pretty reserved and stuff. But like if two people are talking at once, yeah, it makes audio basically impossible to edit. It makes audio terrifying. Okay, rooks are off and white is just up a pawn here. But you're not gonna be able to defend this. Once again, the quality of pawns is coming in. So you just snap this up real quick. Improve the bishop, maybe? What are the plans here? You could also get a pretty menacing knight in. Will you ever have coordination right here? Maybe that would glue one of these pieces into defending the threat of this. Maybe the rook picks up this pawn or something. Okay, you're saying you don't have to pick this up right away. Ooh, and now takes and takes probably. Can you play this? There might even be a5. In fact, then there would definitely be a5. So what to do? What's better here? Get up here and here, just defend the knight like this. Keep everything nice and snug. This rook can get in, scoop up one of these pawns. Yeah, these guys have a very nice nuance about not stressing when to pick up a pawn. Like maybe there's a capture and then like some sort of intermezzo move, or like a couple moves where, yeah, picking up the pawn back immediately, you think like, no, I'm just going to get this off the board and not have to think twice about it. Yeah, sometimes that ends up hurting you. Okay, this knight is going to have some monster squares to work with. This would even cut the rook off from coordination. Where do you go? Yeah, you do choose the square. Now do you play this? You might even have to go back to defend. Two attackers. Ah, but you're attacking this pawn. Okay, okay. Ah, and you're attacking the bishop. Of course, this is the real problem here. So what to do? They're probably considering this move. Defend the house right here. I got so concerned about holding this together that, you've got to defend your bishop. The whole house. Everything. Structured on this bishop, yeah. Now you pick up this pawn, okay. Knight's gonna get a little bit active. Is there something like this? Something annoying? That looks pretty annoying. Then there's no like miracle move where there's like a knight capture and then a rook captures and then boom, some sort of miracle knight fork somewhere where you're getting the rook back.
Check.
Oh, but they did. They found it. The miracle knight fork. But that was something different that I wasn't even calculating at all. This happened remarkably fast. There is increment here, but these guys are certainly going to move on. Yeah, that was nice. The second you have a rook and a king on the same colored square, though, and a an opposing knight in the same part of the board, you're looking for a mystery fork somewhere. This knight is mildly concerning. I mean, you're always going to have this square to work with, but clock is also mildly concerning for black, but they're not going to lose. They're not probably going to go below 10 or like 5 seconds, something comfortable. I don't think MSB is the fastest player, but okay, you're losing this pawn, huh? This is a snappy find. This is a GM move right here, as I would say. Can you defend this way? There's going to be like this. You go back. Any way to get in the way. This looks very uncomfortable for black.
Check.
Like, maybe a draw, but you have a knight that can cover any colored square. And you have two pawns, and black has a bishop. It's going to have to plop itself right here, right? No, okay. Defend this way. Okay, king is going to get behind this square. Bishop is going to try to get in front of this, but nope. It's dead. It is dead. It is dead. Yeah, it comes down to pawn quality, and then this bishop just getting in the way. Okay, this is way better, and then this is a blunder. But white is just still better. I mean, you need perfect play like this. Back to drawing, back to drawing. Oh, this was a tough move. Okay, okay, but yeah, they still just every other move. Yeah, and then I was thinking this. That's just still the exactly as bad as this. So it needed this move. It doesn't want you to get involved here, right?
Check.
Is that the deal? Ah, and then just absolving into this.
Check.
This looks scary though. Like this doesn't feel super comfortable, even if you're a GM and you know this is going to be a draw. Like calculating all the way forward into just getting this position on the board. And then, yeah, being like, well, I already know this is a draw, so I can go for it or not go for it or whatever. I am Michael. He's playing GM David Navara. David Navara, my boy. We'll say we're boys. He did like my study, though. I'm forever going to be happy about that. He seems like he likes variants a lot. It's not surprising to see him here. I'm going to tag every GM. Tag all these GMs. Just seems like the nicest cat, man. That's at least everything I've ever heard about the guy. Oh. Intermezzo, imagine if you
Check.
were... Oh, okay. And then speaking of intermezzo, throw that in, why not? Move the bishop back a little. Yeah, sometimes pre-moving can get dangerous because intermezzos exist. And you're pre-moving like a capture back, and the next thing you know, your queen was just captured, but you, like, moved your knight or something. Or you're like... yeah, you're planning a different pre-move, and the next thing you know, your queen is gone, and you're resigning. Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes when I mess around on my second monitor, it will affect my first monitor. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's annoying. Can't annoy us from this game, though. It's a very high quality game. Another fun castle here. Is that not the best part of Chess960? Come on. The old, how the heck do I even castle here? Okay, you're taking with the pawn. You don't want to give up the bishops, yeah. Especially while black has the bishops. Especially when black is like a super GM. Don't want to give the super GM the bishop pair. Bro, you don't even want to give Casa Corley the bishop pair. He's just a, you know, above level IM. And I say that in jest. Just is, you know, guy's legendary player. He'll be a GM too. That guy is, he knows what he's doing. He was doing Twitch for a bit. And then he was like, I have better things to do. COVID's over. Really, he's too normal for Twitch, though. He was, like, talking about, like, dating and stuff on one of his first streams, and then he was like, oh, and then he kind of stopped himself. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're too real. You're too real for Twitch, bro. Go get GM. Go do you, Casa Corley. Get your bishop pairs. Wrap it up. Play some basketball. Be a chess stream. Ball up with Casa Corley. Play some chess. Get Mark Esserman in there. Yeah, Mark Esserman lives close to me. I think for all the Esserman people, you guys would like that fact. He's not so far. He coaches the... what city is it? I always forget. He coaches some, for some school. Some fairly local school. And he plays a fair amount at, like, Harvard around that area. That's, like, the chess hustling area of Boston, so... Yeah, I should go out in search of Mark Esserman as content. We'll search him out. I'll be like, we're gonna find Mark Esserman and play him in chess, and then he'll destroy me. Somehow get me into a Smith-Morra gambit, and then I'll just lose. I don't know. It's a nice find. Do you just give up an exchange? No, okay, you are gonna give up this exchange. Countering with your own attack. Yeah, obviously the first thing to consider is, like, do I save the rook?
Check.
Do I move my rook and defend some stuff, or do I just find a counterattack? Sometimes that's the easiest way. Okay, what's there going to be? Takes. How are we doing when the pieces come off on that? It looks pretty even. I was going to say when the dust clears, but then my brain completely cleared. And I forgot how to exist. Okay, this is a nice move. Instead of just clipping this, keep the bishops on. Okay, does black have a chance to grab this pawn on b2? This is a crucial pawn. Heart of the kingside structure. Attacking a pawn which is defending a minor piece. This knight is perhaps going to have to get tricky somehow. No, this doesn't really work at all. That's very hopeful. Oh, he's going for it, though. He's going for the tricks. I guess you can reroute to defend the bishop, but Maybe there's like a knight here because the king moved on to this file or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not GM David Navara. Whoa. Isn't there going to be takes, and then something like... No, this doesn't quite work. Even though it's check, you're not picking the rook back up. They're probably calculating this right now, yeah. Anytime you see these guys stop for a good 7 seconds or so, something important just happened. They're calculating something good. Something juicy. Oh man, but this knight hanging out here, I guess what I was missing was this is such a crucial threat of this Arabian mate with the
check,
knight and the rook. Time is an issue. +2 is great though. It's going to add to the quality of this game. Okay, where are these pawns falling?
check,
Do you just grab some time on the clock?
check, check,
Then you go back? Oh, they're going to take. Wow, okay. Even material though. I was thinking for some reason black would be down there, but... Ooh, this pawn's a runner. What to do? You gotta go back and defend, right? Seems like it should be fairly simple. Okay. They were really calculating something there, though. Now you can just scoop up this pawn, right? You're gonna run. You're a runner. Guarding a crucial pawn for the square for this king.
check,
Yep. Now you're gonna scoop it up later. So you can't defend this, huh? That seems pretty important. Yeah, now we're in draw territory. White declines, but it's gonna happen. Yep. Wow. So that just dissolves into a draw. And this poor bishop gets to sit on the board. Be the last player on the field. Along with the kings, of course. Whoa! I am Mohammed Muradi, 2003. Okay, so younger player, 19, looks like. From Azerbaijan, from Baku. So we've got Azerbaijan in the front. Okay, we're getting a top pairing with this beefy IM versus this beefy IM. This should be a good one. 1 versus 5,
check,
but this character in 5th here has just been on a huge run. They're actually not on fire right now because they had a draw. Nice 2-point draw after winning like 10 games in a row. Still moves you up in the standings. Really important on Lichess to try and keep yourself moving up in the standings, even if you're not winning games. Getting a nice fire draw can help. Okay, everything looks pretty cozy. Everybody loves these queenside castle ideas and a lot of these lines, I guess. Maybe maybe it's less of, in this line, I'll do this. Ooh, this, and you still have this. It's a fork protected by this queen. Yeah, sometimes you can't be too mad with the draw, especially if you're getting 2 points for it. 1 point's not really moving you up. In certain scenarios, maybe it saves you at the end, kicks you onto the podium or something. But right now, with 32 minutes left, these guys are just trying to get games in. Any shenanigans with this? Bishop here? I don't think it would do anything. We're looking for stuff. We're looking for ideas. Okay, anything for white to exploit here? This piece looks nice, but always has the idea of being kicked. Oh, okay. King c7 is a good indication that these pawns will be hanging out for some time. King says, I'll go party in the center. Oh, white's queen in the center. Doesn't seem too good. Doesn't seem so great for black here. White is just very compact. This is one thing Srinath kept saying earlier on that Indian MPL broadcast there.
Check.
The quality of the position and just how compact you are, it's just going to be easier for that side to defend. And now we're getting huge tactics here, discover attacks, and this is going to be game over in about 10 seconds if this guy wants to stay in first for any longer. He's going to have to resign and probably get another pairing ASAP, right? Am I missing something? No, okay, he is. It's just dissolving. Yeah, because this knight is still attacked. Yeah, there's all these shenanigans with the knight being pinned to the queen that's hanging. Okay, okay. I was getting too caught up in
check
how good white's pawns were and how far this pawn is and it's defended and stuff. And I just got carried away and started thinking that white's position was better than it is. I mean, it's still really good, but sometimes you can't overestimate. Sometimes you start seeing ghosts. Like, you get a good position, and then the next thing you know, you think you're winning, and you make a move, and then the next thing you know, you're just dead, yeah? Okay, so first place is going to try to find a fresh streak pro move versus Rasu. Lots of streaks here. This guy, on a mission from God from Chicago. No name on that account. Everybody is in the mix here. Whole top 5, top 6. Realistically, even 14 points is not so far, especially when you're Bortnyk. Let's get to a top game.
Going berserk.
Yeah, this will be a quick one too, which is nice with the double berserk. Jasugi, man. Variant legend, variant boss. That's what I like to say. Somebody said he's like the highest rated NM. And I wouldn't put it past him. I think he's like 2,500 FIDE or something. Or 2,200. I think, no, obviously not 25. I think he's like 2,200 FIDE. I think he's like FIDE master level. We can check into that.
Check.
But a heavily popular figure in the variant community. Okay, this was a huge threat. Now, how do you undermine something here? Yeah. How do you undermine something is you throw the A pawn at it. Or you throw the outside pawn, not just the A pawn, but it's all about undermining a pawn with a pawn, right? Is that not the game of chess explained?
Check.
Okay, what's the idea here? 1 defender, 2 attackers. You're going to be getting this knight. Or, rook, excuse me. I'm looking at what's happening with the knights. And I'm seeing this. Oh, well, maybe you're not getting it. There's coordination here, so... How do you undermine this hilarious coordination? Oh, you just take? Isn't this just offended? Did he miss that? I think he missed it. Yeah, he missed it. This guy's tilted. Okay. And he doesn't resign? Do you, sir, have no respect for yourself or for your fellow man? Clearly he doesn't. Dude, you are down a glorious amount of material. Cut your losses.
Check.
Seriously, this guy's in second place, man.
Check. Check.
Yeah, tournament strategy is absolutely mind-blowing from really quality players like this who just play like dirt and don't resign a lost position like that after throwing all their pieces away. I mean, we are into the late part of the late part of this tournament when things start to get tilty. And we're watching another top game with this guy, okay? So let's see if there's shenanigans abound. If I was this IM, I'd be speeding, looking for this guy to be making some dumb tilty pre-move. Capitalize on tilt. When is tilt valuable? When your opponent is tilting, and you know. The other day I saw Grachev lose a couple games on top on like Lichess top game or whatever. And then I put out a cue for hyper 3-check, and it was like in between him losing a game, and he popped in, took it, played me once, beat me, took a rematch, and I beat him. And then yeah, he definitely like made like a pretty bad blunder as black too, so you have to equalize and stuff. Yeah, and I could tell he was frustrated, and like I like Grachev. We play a fair amount. We've played like 40 games or something. Seems like a decent guy. He's really strong. He's a really strong player. But yeah, he was going for 3,000 bullet, which I figured had him all amped up. Yeah, it's when you get tilted about stuff, is when you're going for these really high ratings.
Check.
So you got to seize your opportunity. Yeah, these guys got to defend their rating, protect that beefy rating. It can be scary, especially when they see you're like decent, or at least you're playing confidently. I think that's the more important part. The last thing your GM opponent wants to see is some guy who's 500 points lower rated than them playing well. It might be losing some points. Scary business. Yeah, having high ratings is no fun. It's kind of terrifying. Whoa. Wow, what a sick find. Okay, do you like take? Here? No, it can't work. That can't be good. That's your failsafe. Oh, the
Check.
failsafe is taking the rooks. But this intermezzo is kind of crazy. Could you even play this? Just to screw up black's structure here? No. Should take a free bishop. I was thinking, yeah. Get in an intermezzo and then take the queen, but they just say I'll take this bishop instead. Now I'm up 2 minor pieces and 3 good-looking pawns here. A little scary if a rook comes over, right, though? But look at all this material. Look at all this material.
Check.
It's gotta be good, right? King h1, or does the queen come back to defend? Okay. Yeah, the queen coming back, why deactivate your queen? The rook is gonna come over anyways, and realistically, this pawn's a goner. Unless somehow there was some magnificent resource with like a knight fork. But different colored squares here. Knight's a little far away. Well, I guess the knight's close enough, but we needed a bigger miracle with these pieces being on the same colored squares. Yeah, what to do? Black offers a draw, white declines. Yeah, that seems to be the call. I'm sure you're calculating, the most forcing scenarios first, right? How do you get your pieces involved? If the king gets kicked back.
Check.
Okay, they take this check and not this check. And then bishop f3, tie everything together. This is actually a really nice pawn, but pushing is going to be tough, so you think, you know what? I can get in bishop f3. And like king g2 or something eventually. No, you want to crash through here, yeah. How to defend? It doesn't look so easy. You have to play this. Or I guess knight c3. Knight c3, you'd be asking for rook takes b2. So really scary move. It's nice that the knight is defending this pawn, though. Yeah, you were bound to chop through. Whoa, now there's a check here. Queen takes, rook takes, king takes. Yeah, crazy imbalance
Check.
here, but just wild
Check.
position.
Check.
Yeah, king g3 looked the most normal. Queen probably has to capture this, but then there's going to be like... Okay, you take here first. Yeah, maybe that's smart, but this is a pass. This is a passer. And now you're a queen working against 3 things, trying to defend
Check.
1 pawn that just has to roll. And it's like that Magnus Nepo game from the World Championship, yeah, when Nepo had the queen and Magnus was just weaning him down, move after move, and it felt so bad. the like material was equal, engine said draw, everyone's like, nope, this will just be a draw because it's classical chess. And the next thing you know, Magnus is winning in like 106 moves. Yeah, so white is going to decline the draw because, I mean, this position is just favorable to them. If anybody's
Check.
winning this game, it's going to be white with three really
Check.
nice and coordinated pieces. We get the rook up, leave the pawn hanging for a minute, try to scoop one of these puppies up. Yep. Yeah, especially with this not attacked. You're like, hey, you're not going to attack my passed pawn. I'll just go and have one of these. We'll just give him one of these. Wait, you're going to give him this with check? What?
Check.
That just seems like some free time and material. And then how about this? How do you defend? This looks really awkward for black now. Okay, you defend with the king, of course, of course. I'm not a caveman. I don't defend my pawn with queens. But I'm thinking worst case scenario.
Check.
Oh god, what about this too? Some discovery ideas. Moving the rook with check. Just looks horrifying. Yeah, this should be a
Check.
resigner here.
Check.
I guess Team Black just figures that time and maybe, hey, I'm going to be able to pick up this pawn or something somehow, but are you really? King's cut off.
Check.
Queen's going to have to defend stuff. Oh, you could you have played f6? You're defending it with a knight. I mean, even if this liquidated to like a rook and a bishop versus a king, it's going to be a win for white.
Check.
This guy says impressive, I agree. Like, this reminds me heavily of the Carlsen game. Oh, and you're gonna, well, now it's confusing. Now you're gonna have to show the time for technique. Can he do it? Now he's just showing off, this guy says. Well, he's got to do the W technique and do the whole bishop and knight dance scenario. And for now, he's doing a fairly decent job, but you only get 50 moves until your move limit is reached. Yeah, and pulling this off in a blitz game is not easy.
Check.
This actually happened with
Check.
Hans and Magnus.
Check. Check.
Oh, wow! Chat's gonna love that. Yeah, bravo. That was amazing. Yeah, never gets old. I mean, in a blitz game, come on, you're getting the perfect,
Going berserk.
like perfectly coordinated, brilliant technique from this IM. Top level players. Speaking of top level players, you guys know who this is right here? This is Alexander Bortnyk. Representing Ukraine, I would be pumped if he won this arena too. Won a past arena, not the last one. Min Lee won that. Wow, that might be the highest quality game of the entire tournament, guys. Liquidating a complicated position. I mean, it's harder to play when you just have a queen defending against a bunch of pieces, two minor pieces, a rook and a pawn. But to consolidate that, and yeah, one side's thinking, hey, I'm going to force you to mate me with two minor pieces and a king. And that side is white saying, you know what? I'm an IM. I'm going to ice you. I'm going to ice you. That's really the biggest dunk on mate. Like, I can't think of another way. I can't think of another mate where you get dunked on just as much as that. Come on. That is really just sickening. Amazing. Whoa, now these ideas. You gotta get rid of. Gotta get rid of this knight. There's some sort of check. King doesn't have enough squares to escape. And then, like, this looked really scary, but yeah, there's always going to be a taking back this way. There was no bishop takes because c5 was attacking two minor pieces. Wow, there was almost, like, ideas of this. I mean, there's a million defenders here, but if this knight wasn't here, and this bishop, queen and rook were all coordinated, it looked like things were a little bit sketchy. No dice, but it had my eye. And with just 13 minutes left, 5 points separates the top. We're watching number one right now. He's trying to retain this initiative. He's down the material, so he's going to have to keep initiative. And the clock is not their friend. This is a really nice find. Rook takes b4.
Check.
Yeah. Yep. With the time scenario, position had crumbled, you're down material. Time to throw in the towel, and get in a new game. Wow, Bortnyk on a huge run. He's won, it looks like 10 out of his last 12. And has 82 points, right behind our leader here at 85. So Bortnyk on this huge run. Maybe we can take a look. We can keep tabs on our friend here, who is berserking right now. This could be a crucial mistake to berserk one of the strongest players in this tournament, MSB2. Yeah, it's strategy time, guys. Sometimes berserking pays off, other times it costs you the tournament. And sitting in first place, 3 points ahead of a really strong GM like Bortnyk, one has to be concerned. Okay. We will stay with this one. I said we were going to jump away, but we've watched too much. Okay, tension has opened.
Check.
Takes it. There would have been this intermezzo, yeah, because you're threatening to queen. Very interesting stuff here. Yeah, where there was no instant capture back of the bishop. This is funky intermezzo. D takes c7. They're just attacking the queen a million times. You'll pick up this bishop later. Yeah, this guy in the tournament chat is talking about how they pair him with MSB, who is like so strong,
Check.
one of the strongest players in the tournament.
Check.
Now he's gonna have to play a super high quality game, which he's doing. Look at the material imbalance here. You probably don't want to take rooks off, even though this rook is on a brilliant file here. Okay, if you're gonna take, I'm getting this file. Oh, Bortnyk just won a game. So Bortnyk is into first. Okay. We'll jump into that game after, yeah. With just under 10 minutes left, Bortnyk has jumped into first place.
Check.
So that makes this game that much more important. Especially this IM here. Not on a fire streak, Bortnyk is. And that changes the whole game. Okay, everything looks solid, but the clock. And you're the one playing without increment. This is a huge tournament swing right here. Okay, you gotta play knight e4, right? Yeah. I was thinking just play knight e4 immediately, burn them on the clock too. Not playing with increment is not a feel-good situation. In fact, it's just the worst. Playing against somebody who has increment and you don't. You're trying to scrap together a position that, looks very promising, but with 6 seconds on the clock and you have to play perfectly, it's never easy. Okay, find a quick check. Keep this clock moving.
Check.
Yeah, obviously you wanted the square. Huge queen defending the square.
Check.
I was thinking there might have been a way in, but there just quite wasn't.
Check.
King's going on a run.
Check.
No way with under a second. No, no, my God. He resigned, okay. I saw it end abruptly and I'm like, this guy just flag or did he somehow win? Obviously not. No way you're holding that together. Okay, okay. Let's get to our feature film. Bortnyk, man, our feature game here. This could be the most important game of the tournament, actually. I am Michael is in third place, 7 points behind on a fire streak. So if he won this game, they would be down 3 points. There would probably just be about enough time to get one more pairing. And that will prolong the tournament, at least who the winner will be. But right now, it's looking like it's going to be Bortnyk. We're not quite sure. Bortnyk storming up the leaderboards, man. Oh, this is the other Bortnyk. Ah, okay. Martinall's in chat saying, blood brothers playing each other. Now we know who I am Michael is. Okay. That makes sense. Really strong players. Strong chess family. Yeah, this was attacked. But just opposite sides castling in general. It's going to lead to a more dynamic game. Okay, you do not want to invite these things opening. But also, like, taking with check and losing the bishop looks bad. Wait, what? Takes, move over. Hilariously take. No, can't work. It can't work. I was thinking there might be some ideas with the open file and a bishop, but...
Check.
Okay, taking first with check, obviously, fine. But now how do you bail this out?
Check.
No, he did! He played it! He played it! Yo, the imbalance. This is my favorite way to play chess. If you've ever seen me on the stream, I do my best to play a dynamic game. Okay, let's defend main one. Let's play, yeah, get off this pin. Your king a little bit more safe. Wow, the imbalance actually worked and they calculated all that out. I calculated it and I was like, no, this probably can't work, right? He's like a super GM. Guy's not going to go for this. But little did I know. Little did Chess Poems know that Bortnyk, he saw the potential for imbalance. He knew he wanted it. Alright, what do you go for like this and then get this rook involved? Even like getting the rook here and cutting the king off. Ooh, attack the queen. Rook defends your, knight defends your weak point. Black is offering a draw here. I mean, material-wise, it's fairly equal. He wants to get another game in. Oh, and we're not going to see a draw between the blood brothers. There could be some bad blood between these brothers.
Check.
Okay, I am Mohamed Muradi has just won a quick game on Berserk. He's just 3 points behind with just under 4 minutes left, which is going to confirm him another pairing. Let's see who he'll get paired with. Ooh, he got the strong Azerbaijani GM. So another really tough pairing for the kid. For the kid I am.
Check.
And now we've got another lead change. Ah, the kid I am just lost, which kicked the strong Armenian GM into third place. So our top 3 spots are just separated by 5 points. Anything can happen here. Unless the Night King pulls this one out. Unless he pulls this off. If he secures 4 points, it's GG. Okay, defend this nicely. You don't want to go make your rook a defensive piece. Oh, but how do you defend this knight? Speaking of defensive pieces, this is game over. Can't go here. Can't go here. He'll take a check. No, don't waste any more time. There's only under 2.5 minutes left now. Now you're into the territory of missing a last pairing. This is dangerous stuff. The IM could squeeze in one quick last win. In the IM, he did! He just won a quick game against an FM, so the IM is back into first place.
Check.
Bortnyk needs this game. He needs at least a draw. He needs his blood brother to accept a draw. IM Michael says no dice. I'm in 5th place with 84 points.
Check.
And if IM Michael gets a win, it's going to kick him into the podium. Oh man, what a finish. A photo family finish, guys. Oh, this is so tense.
Check.
With just 70 seconds left.
Check.
And slightly more than that on the clocks, but we have increment here, +2 increment. This is going to be the last pairing for both these players. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. 54 seconds, no more pairings in a blitz tournament. Oh, how to defend b3. You can't even play king c4.
Check.
This is check. Okay, you do have to just go for this one pawn.
Check.
Yep, go defend. Oh no, now you're looking at this type of stuff.
Check.
Oh, you're very close to mate here. Draw! The blood brother agreement has come to fruition. Bortnyk, that's going to kick him in to the top seed, 93. Did the draw kick Michael into 5th? It did, so it kicked Michael from 6th to 5th into the money, who is Bortnyk's brother, from what I'm hearing. Yeah, and Alexander Bortnyk, representing Ukraine, but he's currently in the US, that whole deal, it says in his profile here. FIDE rating 2600. This was a beefy tournament, guys. I'm really excited that I covered this one. Yeah, there's probably going to be a little controversy in here over helping out the brothers, but it was a draw by mutual agreement, and they both got 2 points being on a berserk, which knocked Michael from 6th to 5th, and knocked Alexander from 2nd into 1st. That's a huge prize gap right there. Yeah, but that draw, it wasn't, I don't think that's sketchy or anything. Like, Black was winning, but it could have taken more time than was on the tournament clock, so it was just more mutually beneficial for them to just draw.